What do you make of it? Just the rally we're seeing in EM, in base metals, in copper, and elsewhere too.
Well, last year there was a lot of talk about a recession around the world. We started out last year with a lot of concern that if the Fed was in fact going to tighten and inflation was going to be persistent, that the U.S. might fall into recession. And there was a lot of chatter in the first half of the year when real GDP was down. But there was also a lot of talk about Europe going into a recession because of the war in Ukraine and what that did to energy supplies in Europe. And then, of course, China has been struggling with another wave of the pandemic. So you put it all together, and the outlook was for last year for the global economy to be weak. Now I think there's the markets are signaling that the plunge in natural gas prices in Europe suggests that Europe may not have a recession after all. And now with China abandoning the COVID policy, opening up, there's a perception that we may get a terrible wave of the pandemic for a few months, but then it should abate and China should open. So the outlook for the world economy, I think, is actually improving.
So, Ed, are these trends you want to ride? The rally we're seeing in EM equities, the rally we're seeing at the miners in base metals?
Yes, yeah, absolutely, especially since we started out the year or ended up last year with sort of a consensus view that the market was going to go down and make a new low. The stock market in the U.S. would make a new low by the middle of the year and then would provide opportunities. I think we made a low on October 12th in the market. I think that was the end of the bear market. And I think we're back in a bull market, not straight up, a lot of volatility, but I think the markets are telling us that the world economy is improving.